Hi everybody, my name is Sai. I'm a newly minted US immigrant living here with my family in the wet and rainy Washington state weather.
Subscribe to my channel.
Guys, may kodigo ako kasi I really didn't wanna forget any information about this. So, pasensya na kung medyo mukhang, alam mo yun, nagaganon yung mata ko. So, my visa category is an F2B. The F2B visa category falls under the family preference category of U.S. immigrant visas. It is specifically designed for unmarried adult children 21 years of age or older. Tapos, these are for the children of lawful permanent residents in the United States. So, yung mother ko petitioned me in 2010 as a minor, meaning less than 21 years old. But unfortunately, nag-age out ako habang naghihintay for my visa to be current. Yung process kasi ng aging out from F2A to F2B visa petition occurs when the unmarried children of a lawful permanent resident turns 21 years old before the F2A priority date becomes current. So this triggers an automatic change in your visa category from F2A, which is an unmarried children under 21, to F2B, adult children over 21. Kaya ayun, mas mahaba yung naging wait time ko. Kasi nga, di ba, F2A ako kasi halos 20 years old ako nang pinitisyon ng mom ko. Pero, hindi na siya naabutan ng pagiging current. Parang nag-age out na ako, lumampas na ako ng 21, kaya naging F2B. Kaya mas significant yung wait time talaga na hinintay ko for my priority date to be current. A lot of you can relate na as Filipinos, we like to bring our families wherever we are. Ma-reunite tayo sa family natin. And maranasan ko din yung mga opportunities na, hinahanda ni Lord para sa akin dito sa US. I'm just glad that I'm here and I'm glad that I've reunited with my mother. Yeah, nagbabakasyon din siya every so often. Pero dahil nga nagka-pandemic, tsaka parang ang hirap din mag-travel nowadays, the last time I saw her before this was 4 years ago. So, I'm happy that I'm here kasi I get to spend more time with her. And also, check out the opportunities that America has to offer. How it all began. So, mag-timeline tayo. Noong January 2011, I got a letter from the National Visa Center saying na my interest in immigrating to the United States has been noted. So basically, parang sinasabi nila na, hoy, heads up, Saira, nandito na yung papeles mo. And a year after, October 2012, I got another letter na yun na yung naging F2B na imbes na F2A. Doon ko ni-research ano bang ibig sabihin nun kasi at that time wala pa akong idea. So, na-research ko and nalungkot ako nung nakita ko sa visa bulletin na hindi pa current yung priority date ko. Kasi nga, the change of your visa status, it would impact your wait time. So, pag nakikita ko, ay, F2B, ang layo pa ng priority date ko. Alam mo yun, nakakaloka siyang isipin. So, I need to move on. I need to not think about this for the time being. So, at that time, I was in the province. So, ang ginawa ko, sige, pupunta akong Manila para magtrabaho and so that I could look for opportunities elsewhere. Ayun, once a year, I try to visit forums, tsaka visa bulletins, and to just check. Ganon. I would visit the visa bulletin para makita kung current na ang priority date ko. So, ito ay papakita ko sa inyo yung screenshot kung saan ako madalas tumatambay. And I would also go here sa CAC website para malaman if ano ba ang status ng aking visa. So, makikita nyo dito sa screen capture kung ano yung itsura ng Consular Electronic Application Center. So, hanggang sa nakalimutan ko na siya, nagka-pandemic na't lahat-lahat, hindi ko na siya totally naiisip. And then yun, May nag-email lang sa akin last April 2020 about a notice regarding my immigrant visa creation. Ito yung itsura nung notice of immigrant visa case creation. Yung medyo nabuhayan na ako ulit ng loob na parang, uy, may nagparamdam. So, sinabi nila sa akin, mag-login daw ako sa Department of State's Consular Electronic Application Center, SEAC, they call that. Tapos, ito yung link. And then, they also gave me my case ID and invoice number. Kasi ito yung gagamitin mo para makapag-log in dun sa Electronic Application Center na parang SEAC portal kung saan ka mag-upload ng several documents. Lahat ng mga information for you to log into that portal will be indicated on the email. After that, in-upload ko na yung petitioner and beneficiary documents ko. I went ahead and uploaded the following. So, on my end, nag-upload ako ng passport, yung digital copy ng passport, photographs, birth certificate, and police certificate. So, yung police certificate dito, NBI clearance yan. So, don't get it twisted. The petitioner side naman, my mother uploaded her documents and also my brother. Kasi si brother ko, siya yung sponsor and household member ko, kumbaga. Then, binayaran ko na rin yung application fee. Yung price, naka-indicate din doon. Pwede mo ding bayaran yan online. Gusto ko lang sabihin that, again, the SEAC process is very straightforward. Follow everything down to the letter and pay the fees. Hindi sila kinukulang sa instructions. Tapos, you have to read once, read twice, read thrice even. Tapos, pwede din kayong mag-join ng Facebook groups para you can find someone or, a group of people who can relate to you sa mga ganitong usapan. May mga group chats din yan sila na pag sakaling may mga tanong ka, madali silang makakapag-respond kasi tulungan tayo dito. Isang tip din is, once you get this email, gawin mo na agad-agad kasi ito yung magdi-determine kung kailan mo makukuha yung documentarily qualified mo. Okay? So, the soonest that you can complete all of these things, the sooner you can get your documentarily qualified na email. Alam mo, dyan na nagtatapos yung kabanata, hindi pa. May hintayan pa yan ulit. So, pagkatapos mong ma-upload lahat ng needed requirements, yung NVC or the National Visa Center will email you about being documentarily complete, like what I mentioned before, di ba? Every 60 days, mag-i-email yan na documentarily complete. Every time I get that email, sa totoo lang, nalulungkot ulit ako. Kasi walang kasiguraduhan kung kailan ba talaga ako magkakaroon ng interview appointment. I started to question if this was even for me. And imagine, naka 13 emails ako na yan every 60 days. Hanggang sa out of the blue, June 2023, nag-email sa akin si NVC that my case has been expedited. What? I just needed to wait for an email about scheduling an interview appointment. So, ayun, once I got this email, nag-upload ulit ako sa SEAC ng panibagong civil documents ko. Kasi, di ba, NBI clearance, nag-expire yan after 6 months. So, 3 years ago pa ako nag-upload, di ba? Tapos, yung Certificate of No Marriage, around that same time din siya nag-expire. So, kailangan bago din yung i-upload ko. Tapos, sinabihan ko rin si nanay tsaka yung kapatid ko na parang, you have to also upload the documents needed on your end na kailangan maging current siya. I prepared my Certificate of No Marriage, passport ko. Yung passport ko kasi nag-expire siya along those times na naghihintay ako. So, even before that, nag-renew na ako ng passport. So, sa additional documents, in-upload ko na lang yung bago kong passport. And NBI clearance din, lahat na ito, puro digital copies. Tapos sa SEAC portal ko na lang dinaan lahat ng uploads ko. Pagkatapos nun, mga July 2023, may congratulations letter na ako. Yay! So, na-receive ko na with the details ng mga requirements na I needed to prepare prior to my interview. Guys, sundin nyo lang kung ano yung mga hinihingi sa inyo ng email na to, ha? I know For me ha, kasi personal experience ko, nag-overthink talaga ako, naging anxious ako. Parang, okay, what else could I bring with me? Kung come the time na mag interview na ako. Pero honestly, straightforward lang sila. Kung may kulang, sasabihin nila sa'yo. Kung ano yung mga kailangan nila prior to your interview appointment, sasabihin din nila. Kung talagang kailangan nyo ng matatanungan, again, may mga Facebook groups, tsaka chats na pwede nyong salihan para, ayun, may matanungan din kayo ng mga other things pa that might confuse you or yung mga kinakabahan kayo about. In parallel to that, I also set my medical appointment in St. Luke's para ma-lock ko na yung schedule. I will discuss that in another video. Okay, so, July 2023 ako, no, na parang may welcome letter na or whatnot. So, nag-schedule ako ng aking interview ng August 2023, including my medical. So, August 17, medical. August 25, yan yung schedule ko sa interview at the US Embassy. August 29, visa on hand na ako. And then, September 6, nag-schedule ako ng pre-departure orientation seminar. Then, November 21, arrival in the US of A. At dito na ako ngayon. Medyo natagalan ako before lumipad. Kasi, nag-render muna ako sa company para, alam mo yun, I can endorse my work properly. And at the same time, preparation na din. Kasi syempre may mga bagay-bagay ka pa na kailangan mong i-prepare personally. For example, yung mga, let's say, yung mga cellphone mo, cellphone line mo, yung mga banks, mga ganon, kung ano-ano pa ng ano. Kasi until, you're given 6 months naman ata before, like, going na to the US. So, sa akin, bilang visa on hand ko, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So, dapat before February, lumipad na ako ng US. So, ako, hinintay ko lang ng mga 2 months, then lumipad na ako sa US. Ayun. So, yun yung parang overall summary ng aking US visa immigration journey as an F2B. There will be part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, and depende kung ano yung mga questions na ipopost ninyo sa comment section, tsaka kung ano pang gusto nyong malaman at tatry ko talagang sagutin sa abot ng makakaya ko. Kasi alam ko yung journey ninyo guys. Alam ko na naranasan ko yun. Ang daming struggle, but masasabi ko lang, it's worth the wait. And kung para sa inyo talaga, ibibigay talaga ni Lord. So, kapit lang, and I wish you luck. I wish that the odds will be ever in your favor. Kung anong merong updates, geek out, mag-research kayo, talk to people, and it will happen for you. I hope, I wish, I pray that it will happen to you too.
Subscribe to my channel.